Fallen Platoon. I'm the Joe. He's the Jarhead. This is the improving bunker. We are making progress here, ever so slightly. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. You started off wrong. I'm the Jarhead. This is the wannabe Jarhead. That's how it works. So maybe next time you can work on that.
Dude, all I'm saying is, okay, a little bit of backstory. He's been keeping me in suspense with this massive thing he's going to reveal later in the show. So if it's not absolutely epic, I'm going to punch you in the soul, dude.
Oh, you won't.
I will punch you
We're
in
going
the
to
soul.
start off devotional because that's how we like to start all our shows. Today's devotional is going to be about keeping your thoughts clean and pure. Because in today's society, Joe, it's just dang near impossible, right? With the impurity, the immorality that's just blatant, rampant around us, it's almost impossible. King David suffered from the same stuff, right?
I mentioned this earlier. I like young David.
Yep, young David.
Older
Was a
David,
good guy.
douche.
He did everything right. He did everything he was supposed to. Got older, got a little lackadaisical, got a little bit horny and perverted. So he's up on his roof of his little palace, looking out. Who does he see? Bathsheba.
Yep.
Taking a bath. Gets some impure thoughts going on. Says, hey, servants, go get me that woman. So they do. They bring her back. She's married. He knows that she's married. He sleeps with her anyway.
Yep.
Gets her pregnant. Once he finds out he's pregnant, he says, oh my gosh. Get her husband back from the war. There's a war going on.
Right.
So,
first of all, hang on, pause, rewind. David's the king, correct?
yeah. King David.
Okay. So, as the king, he's not out with his army leading them from the front because
problem number one.
bingo.
Yeah.
Should never have been there in the first place to see Bathsheba.
So he calls Bathsheba's husband, his name is Uriah, back from the front. He says, hey, enjoy a little leave. Go sleep with your wife, have fun, we'll have some dinner. He does have dinner with Uriah. And so, but Uriah won't do it. He said, no, I can't do it. He actually said this to David. And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab, and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink, and to lie with my wife, as thou livest, and as thy soul liveth? I will not do this thing. So if we want to maintain clean and pure thoughts, we need to say what Uriah did to King David. We need to have the gall, the gumption to say that to the king, to the devil. Just like Adam did in the Garden of Eden when he was talking to Lucifer. I will not partake. It is that easy. We do have that power over ourselves. Satan does not have power to make us do things. It is our own selves making us do things. Yep. So there's lots of tips of the trade, right? You can start singing your favorite hymn. Go tell it on the mountain. Evil and good cannot exist in the same sphere, right? So if you're singing...
Don't sing your favorite hymn if it sounds like that. Kind of hum it, maybe.
What's wrong with my singing?
What isn't?
Dude, you jealous?
No.
Good singing.
No, that is the last thing I am.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
So if you want to keep your thoughts clean and pure, do what Uriah did. Avoid the impurity, the immorality. You're not alone, all right? We're all having it in today's society. It's rough.
True.
Sing your favorite hymn. Put yourself in your happy place. Do what you got to do.
Yes.
Have the gumption. You can do it. You can do it.
Absolutely,
You can master
yes.
your own thoughts.
Truth.
Except for your fear, Joe. You're weak in all areas. Truth. Just
No.
keep going. What's going on in history, Joe?
What is going on in history? So today, 1964, President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And I'll be upfront with you. President Johnson is like one of my least favorite presidents. He was a garbage human being. Absolute garbage human being. He did one thing right, and that was this. He signed into law the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which I'm not going to go into the particulars of it. Wikipedia it, Google it, whatever. It basically reinforced everything that should already have been happening as far as desegregation. I don't understand why he had to do it, because it's in our Declaration of Independence. It's written into our national DNA. All men are created equal. That should have been a given from the outset. Shame on us that it took 200 years and 700,000 American casualties in a war against ourselves to bring it to pass. But good for him on finally doing the right thing. And I don't care how much of a garbage human being he was. I don't care what his motivation was. There's never the wrong way to do the right thing as far as something like that. The motivation behind it means less to me than the fact that it got done. So in this one small case, good on President Johnson for that.
Yeah, he did do a good thing, and I think it needed to be written down so that we could say, yes, we did do this. But prior to that, a lot of the states had already started implementing those principles
Right,
and
it's
those
just-
rules. But there were the few cubbies who were not the douchebags, the scumbags.
Jim Crow. Sorry, I can't shake this cough.
Got
Right,
that
right
bad
in the Colonel
cough,
Bates.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't understand why we have such a short memory in our history, in our news. Syria. Remember Syria? There's been a war going on there since 2011. 2011.
Oh, that joint between Turkey and Iraq. Got it. Yep.
Yep, big country over there, one of the biggest in the Middle
Not a
East.
small one.
Mr. Assad, he's a good guy, right? President of Syria.
Please don't say that name.
Pleasant dude.
I really seriously hope he dies in a car fire. Like,
Yeah.
that dude is garbage. Straight
Really
garbage.
I think a couple episodes ago we said that him and Hitler were going to be boyfriends in hell.
I believe so.
Yeah, pretty much. So this guy, he calls himself president, but he's been president since 2000. And prior to that, his dad was president for 29 years. Are those presidents?
That's a long time to be president.
Yeah. More like a dictator,
Slightly.
emperor.
You know, Saddam Hussein was president for about that long.
Yeah,
right?
whatever you want
That
to
dude was
call it.
popular. He got like 100% of the vote every single time.
No opposition.
I don't know what kind of policy
The only
platform
guy
he is
on the
running on, but that dude was a political genius.
Yeah, he's got it going on. It's all jokes, people. He is a bad dude,
Yeah.
Mr. Assad. War going on in 2011 because people are tired of it because he's been stewing in his own filth of power for too long. So people are tired of it, right? They wanted to rise up, they wanted to revolt and tear him down. They wanted to do the right thing because he is a horrible human being.
Correct.
So, in the last 2 weeks has been the worst of the war yet. 270,000 people have been displaced in the last 2 weeks alone.
Wow.
Now, since the war started in 2011, Jordan and Israel border right there at the south of Syria, right? So they've actually taken in a lot of refugees. Jordan has actually taken in 1.3 million refugees.
That's
finally
a lot.
It is. Compared to their population, Jordan's not that big. It's
It's
smaller
not.
than Israel. It's a small country. 1.3 million refugees, they couldn't handle anymore, so they had to say, I'm sorry, we cannot help you anymore.
Yep.
So they've actually negotiated a couple peace treaties between Syria, Russia, who's in Syria's back pocket. That's where all their ammunition
I'm
and
saying.
rockets are coming from. So they negotiated the peace treaty, a couple of them, right? What happens after every peace treaty? We're done with that.
Yeah.
That lasted long enough. That was
I mean,
2
it's
weeks.
peaceful, but go ahead and shoot that
Yeah,
dude.
go ahead and lay them down. Now that we know that they want peace, we're going to light them up. And that's what they did. So it's happened a couple of times. So the place that they're blowing up and lighting up right now, we actually had a peace treaty between them and us and Russia and Jordan.
Yep.
They negotiated. Since July of 2017, we had a ceasefire. Nope, not no more. Thank you, Russia and Syria. But there's good coming out of this because, like I said, Jordan is still taking care of the people. They're not allowing more refugees in, but they're still giving them food. They're still giving them money. They're still giving them tents because
Right.
once the refugees get to the border, Jordan's saying, I'm sorry, we can't have you guys in, but we'll give you some food or whatever.
Right. At least setting them up for success on the opposite side of the border.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what really is awesome about this story is that Israel is doing the same thing, right? Israel's been...
Not going to hear that many places.
You're right. And Israel, they're not taking in a lot of refugees. They are helping refugees who need medical attention, but they are giving them over 13 tons of food, 15 tons of baby food, 300 tents. Israel is taking care of these refugees.
Yep.
So they're doing good. You remember on our last election when Johnson, the guy for the Libertarian Party, was getting beat up because he didn't know the town of Aleppo? Remember
Yeah.
that? You guys remember what's going on in Aleppo? Town doesn't exist. Tis gone.
Yeah.
Toasted. Why aren't we talking about that anymore? You guys are making fun of a presidential candidate because they didn't know the name. Now we're just have a short-term memory. Forgot all about it. It's important to know what's going on in the world.
Yep.
This is our world. This is our planet. Those are our people. Those are still children of God.
Exactly. And that's on. I think people have lost a lot of sight of that.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they're on the opposite side of the world doing things that we don't approve of, still part of the family.
Yes, they are. And it's important for us to know what's going on so it doesn't bleed over here, right?
Correct.
But some of those refugees have been bleeding other places like Germany.
Germany. So today, actually, this was just breaking a few hours ago. There was a major update. So Angela Merkel,
Yeah.
yeah, Chancellor of Germany, is hanging on to power by her fingernails over there. She has kind of adopted a policy largely surpassing or flying in the face of EU regulations to take in as many refugees as they can. Just unlimited numbers of refugees.
Come on in. Open
Yeah.
borders.
Yeah. her interior minister is not having it. He's seeing the writing on the wall. And he's not saying, like, we don't want to take in any more refugees. All he's saying is, if they're already in refugee status someplace else in the EU, and they use the EU open borders policy to come to Germany because our benefits are better, no, we can't handle that. They can go be refugees where they started and stay there. Doesn't mean we have to take them.
Right? I don't understand. That's just like a whole lot of common sense going on.
I know.
How's that not a good thing?
I don't know, but apparently it isn't, because Angela Merkel's been fighting this tooth and nail. She has a very fragile political coalition built there between 3 or 4 of the major parties, of which there are like 8.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, her stance on things is not resonating down south in Bavaria, where most of the refugees are coming up from Austria and places like that. So down there,
They're coming up from Austria, but they're mostly Syrian refugees that have been escaping the battle from.
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, the refugees are Syria, but once you cross the border into any European Union country, because of European Union law, you have free access, free roam anywhere in the EU.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mess. So her interior minister, what's his name, Seehofer, is pushing back against that a little bit. He's saying, like, that's fine that they're refugees, but they need to stay refugees where they are and let the overall EU take care of them where they are as a refugee.
Right.
And he's won a little bit of success in having Greece take back their refugees, like the refugees in process through Greece to Germany. They're getting sent back to Greece. Italy is the main intake of refugees, and they're refusing to take people back. They're like, once they're through us, sorry, hey, EU, that's your problem.
They started turning boats around there, showing up on their shores. They're saying, sorry, we can't handle any more people.
And that
Just
is the
like
problem.
Jordan did.
That actually is the plan, is to resettle them in North Africa, which
Somewhere
we
else.
discussed that earlier. That is not working out well for them.
Yeah. So you kind of want to have a bleeding heart for these people. You feel sorry for them. You want to help them. It's not their fault, right?
Right.
They're being ruled by a ruthless, blood-sucking soul of a human being. He's a horrible person. I would want to escape them too. But the right thing for us to do is to help them where they're at, right? We got to get proactive about these situations. We
Right.
keep waiting until they bleed into these countries, and then we want to help them. It's bankrupting all these countries. Look at the EU. Look at Greece.
Greece is shot.
Yeah.
Greece is absolutely shot. The only reason Greece agreed to Germany's proposal is because Greece is so far in the tank, they have to do whatever Germany says, or Mama's going to cut off the checkbook.
Yeah. The best
Greece
way to
is
help
done.
these people is to take care of Assad. Like that. It's the only way to get proactive and to stop the situation,
Now, that is a Jarhead philosophy I can actually get behind.
right?
I'm fine
One
with
shot, one kill, problem solved.
that. Wait, weren't you an artilleryman?
Yeah, one shot, lots of kills.
One shot, 12 kills, yeah.
Okay, so speaking of politics, we're going to talk about Mexico now. Because this was in the news. We don't usually talk
Mexico.
about the big current events that all the major news outlets like to talk about. But this one's a big deal because when they talk about what's going on in Mexico, their elections, they're missing all the important spots. They talk about, yes, Mexico has a new president, but they're not talking about the history that this guy is making. All they're talking about is him and Donald Trump and their little tweets back and forth. Then they get the Republicans and the Democrats on to argue about how their friendship, their relationship might work out. It's freaking annoying.
It
So
really
this
is.
guy, this new president down in Mexico, his name is Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. And I love it because he goes by the name of AMLO. It's his initials.
You clearly don't speak Spaniel.
Espanol?
Oh, Espanol. Oh, you put the E in front of it this time. Good
My
job.
Spanglish is perfect. I can teach you later, Joe. So, this guy,
Okay.
the reason I love
You
this
go right
guy, even though I disagree with most of his policies,
I
his
disagree
political
with all of
side,
his policies, just about.
I love him because he is the equivalent of a third party like we have in America. So he'd be
Nice.
like a
Yep.
libertarian or
Yep.
a constitutionalist or a veteran party. Because in America we got the big two, right? Republicans and Democrats. In Mexico they got the same thing, the PAN and the PRI. This dude obliterated them. It was awesome.
That was like a landslide victory for
Yeah,
him.
he beat them by 30% in the polls.
Nice.
Because they're so corrupt down there. Their politicians were just sucking that country dry. And his standing issue was the violence and the corruption, right? The drug cartels down there. We talked about this in an early episode. Over 100 politicians have died this year in Mexico, murdered.
Only just now July.
Yeah.
All right.
Just barely 7 months in, folks. Yeah. And they are being murdered more than likely by the drug cartels, and they gotta have reaches up in the government, right? For that many people to be murdered and people just to shrug their shoulders and look the other way, right? A lot of bad things are going on. So yeah, there's corruption up that high. But when this guy comes in and he's talking about he's gonna lower taxes, but yet he's gonna increase pensions for the elderly, grants for education, support for the farmers. And he says he's going to do that by getting rid of all the corruption that was in the government. And I believe that that was there. I believe that there were some politicians that high up that were sucking the money out of the country.
Hang on, that's some California Common Core myth right there. So you're decreasing revenues and increasing spending.
Right. So we'll see. But that's how he said he's going to get the money.
Jolly good luck with that, Mexico. Let me know how that works out for you.
And that's where my struggle is with his policies. Because you say these things out loud. Yeah, I support grants for education. Sure, I want better things for the farmers and the elders. I want all that too. But the only way you're going to get that in a country like that is to start jacking up the taxes. And then you're just giving the government more money. Less government, less money for them, less control. Give it back to the people.
I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Except
as long
he's
as
a
we don't give
socialist
it.
and he won't do that.
Yeah, he won't.
Oh.
But we just can't give any of that power to the army, right? Because they'll just screw it up too.
Really?
Suck at everything. Life sucks.
How old was the M16 you carried in Iraq?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Still used
Probably had like a 3-digit serial number. Yeah.
it. Good thing I couldn't count higher than that. So anyway, so.
Fair enough. This many.
Hang on a second.
Hang on, there we go. Oh, put that away. Put that away. Oh, put that away. Oh, wow. Oh, my head had cleared up. So,
Giraffes.
Giraffes. Speaking of stinky animals. Wow. So,
This is awesome.
it really
It's
is.
getting great.
This is so good.
You just call me an animal? I will take it.
Okay.
I am an animal. You stand by.
Oh,
It's coming up.
yeah, I can't wait. Dude, this better be awesome.
Okay.
Like Soul Punch is standing by in case not. But
Giraffes.
giraffes.
Squirrel.
Wow. No giraffe.
Oh, my bad.
Tess Talley is a hunter from Kentucky, and a year ago, she did basically a canned hunt of a giraffe in Africa. So that she took a guided hunt, got herself a trophy African giraffe.
Good for you.
Yeah, well done. People are throwing a fit. Like there are people pooping kittens in their living room over this.
Why? Because they couldn't shoot a giraffe?
No, because it's inhumane to kill a non-endangered animal, I guess.
What?
This isn't like a white rhino. This is a giraffe, particular subspecies native to South Africa. It's not endangered. It's not threatened. It's not even rare, although that's the only thing you see when you look up articles of this. A lady slaughters. It's always slaughters or butchers or slays.
Yeah.
Rare.
shearing from 200
It's always
yards out.
rare African giraffe.
It's not rare.
It's not rare.
There are a lot of them.
No, they're actually their population is not only not threatened, it's climbing, way climbing.
So if they're upset because she shot the giraffe and just walked away, didn't do anything about it, right? Kicked in the nose and walked away. That's what happened.
No, because she didn't. Because they harvested the meat. They harvested a ton,
Oh.
literally a ton, 2,000 pounds of meat from this animal,
Like most hunters do.
like most hunters do. Not to mention, it is not a cheap trip to go shoot this thing. Like, forget your plane ticket and your hotel fare. The fees they charge for a foreigner to come in and blast an animal are astronomical. This lady paid
Thousands.
through the nose
Thousands.
to take one shot at a giraffe, which was her lifelong dream. She doesn't get to take this thing home and stuff it and keep it in her living room. That stays there. All the bones, all the meat, everything stays there. She got a picture of it. Everything else got donated, including the massive fees she paid, which go toward animal conservation in that part of the world.
Yeah. So she paid thousands of dollars to a country that needs the kind of money. She shot an animal that provided 2,000 pounds of meat, which has to stay there to feed the people.
By the way, a giraffe is a mammal. You can eat them. Just because it's not a natural foodstuff here in the United States or in Europe doesn't mean it's not an edible creature. There are starving people over there that eat the hell out of that giraffe. And they did. This did not get wasted.
Thank you. Job well done. She's cool.
She is cool. So good on you, Miss Tally, Mrs.
All right,
Tally.
we got some likes and dislikes coming up.
Oh boy.
It's not on our board. Our producers kind of failed there.
Oh, epic fail.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, go first. You got to go first because I'm saving mine.
Oh, that's right.
I think
Yes.
this is coming
Okay. So my like/dislike, and I didn't bring one because it wouldn't be fair to the people who can only listen to this, is the PT belt. The Army, yes, the PT belt. It's a staple of Army life. It is a reflective belt, comes in a variety of colors, and you have to wear it while you're doing physical training in the morning. Unfortunately, and that's cool. Like, I hated it in the Army. I love it as a civilian because it means I can walk my dog at night and not get hit by Idaho drivers who drive with a casual disregard for human life.
What?
Well, they're still better than Utah drivers.
Well, thank you.
They
We love
drive
you,
with
Utah. We
they-
love you.
I tolerate
Crazy
you.
drivers.
Y'all need some work because y'all drive with a deliberate disregard for human life. Y'all are frightening.
So I drive in
Frightening.
Idaho, and I call it driving with a purpose. I like to get from point A to point B.
Exactly.
Yeah, drive.
It is,
there.
but when you like lean toward people on the side of the road, or wait until they can feel the wake of your vehicle before you move over.
You know, have you ever
Not
thought
good.
that maybe it's that target, that reflective target that you're wearing around? Ooh, what's this?
I have thought of that, but then before I pulled them out of storage when we moved here, people were getting a lot closer to me. I was like uncomfortably close, like amorous marine close, which is not something I enjoy.
Tis an armyism.
It is,
Marines don't need that nonsense.
yeah. What
Hey,
my dislike.
If a car tries to hit us, it's just going to bounce right off anyways, right? It's going to hurt your car worse than it's going to hurt us, so.
Or send you off in all directions because poop splatters. Anyway, my dislike is having to be. I remember in the Army, they were so far overboard with these things, it was unreal. Like, you would have to wear them on maneuvers in the field in broad daylight
What?
because it was
Like-
gonna get dark soon, or because you needed to be like extra visible because you're wearing camouflage.
Sunset is 7 hours away. Get your reflective belts.
Reflective belts on, go, get your PT belt out.
Army logic.
Army logic.
That's awesome.
You know what? Yeah, I'll eat that one. I don't understand it. I don't know another service that does that. Do the Marines do that?
No. Not since I've been out for a long time, but they didn't do that kind of nonsense when I was
Okay.
in. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay,
This
so-
better be good.
So my dislike is when you accidentally send a text to your boss that was meant for your wife. Super, super sucky. Now this was incredibly embarrassing. So the text was, and Joe doesn't know about it, neither do our producers in the background, even though all three of them teamed up against the Marine today. Yes, the Jarhead's wife teamed up on the Army side to try to get this text out of me. No!
It's because she's
No!
smart.
Jarhead won. Jarhead won. And the text was stupid. My wife, Jarhead's wife, has a simple little crush on David Archuleta. She really does. So I went and he popped up on my Amazon Music, so I was listening to songs like, hey, this is a good song. So that's all I texted. That was it. Hey, David Archuleta, I forget the name of the song, some lame song. I was like, hey, it's a good song. I'm going to give her a thumbs up. Send it to my boss. It was still a little bit embarrassing. Not that embarrassing. But my like out of this, because that's a dislike, is sending something to your boss you shouldn't have sent to your boss. And he was cool about it, and he sent me a winky face, which was awkward. But my like out of this is that when my wife texted Joe's wife, who texted Joe, his response was, I will not rest until I get that out of him. And he also said to me, don't worry, or he said to his wife, don't worry, I will get it from him. Did you get it from me? No, he did not. 3 people against Jarhead. Jarhead comes out victorious. Hoorah! Yes! Victorious over a simple text you could not get. Woo! You holding on to that soul punch, aren't you? Because you lost. You lost, Joe. You even had my wife. You lost.
Okay.
Again, but you're used to it. I get it.
Okay, first of all, that was it? Like that was the lamest thing ever. That was worse than like Coast Guard lame.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I just went on a date with a stripper that ended with a handshake. That was awful.
PG, Joe. PG. Second of all, if you want to know what a sore loser talks like, this is it right here. Sore loser. You lost. Make up all the crap you want.
Oh no, I don't have to make up anything. Wow. that was like...
You can say how dumb
That was
it
a
was and how
weak
crappy it
burger
is.
smothered in weak sauce with a soggy bun. That was awful.
And if it was that weekend, you still couldn't get it, could you? You still couldn't get
I'm
it.
glad I couldn't get it. I don't want it. I wish we could go back and undo this so I could not have to suffer that lameness.
So you wouldn't have to lose to a Marine.
Okay. He's only telling half the story, and eventually he will tell the other half. My wives know the other half. Oh, the other half where I said, like, you know what? I'm going to trust him that he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to try to get it out of him anymore because I think that this is going to be awesome. I was freaking wrong, folks. I apologize. You have shot the entire rest of our show, dude. Like, everything we did before this is now lame by virtue of this.
Marines
You
won.
suck at life and you should quit.
Jarhead was a victor.
Ugh.
If you get anything out of this, that's what you're getting.
This is what we call chess with a pigeon. Doesn't matter what you say, he's gonna poop all over the board and strut around like he won. Jarhead. God,
Winner.
that was weak, dude. Oh, review something, okay?
We got heroes to talk about.
Oh, we
Our
got a
hero for today.
hero, not him.
Winner is him. Jocko. Who's Jocko? Jocko Willenick.
Dude, you tell me.
Navy
I'm done
SEAL.
talking
This
to you.
guy is epic. He did 20 years in the Navy. He's got a Silver Star and a Bronze Star. Hero because of all the tours he's done, just in that in itself. But also because when he came back, he decided to take his success and to do more good with it. A lot of gooder things going on in Jocko's life. He wrote a book called Extreme Ownership.
Yep.
Crazy awesome book. I haven't read it all the way through. I read a lot of the excerpts and I've seen a lot of his YouTube videos.
Yep.
This dude is powerful. He wants other people to succeed. He has taken what God has given him and he's trying to use it to uplift others, to inspire others to get out there and chase their dreams. To me, that is what a hero was all about, right? Trying to lift other
Agreed.
people up.
Agreed. And I will set aside temporarily my disgust for you right now to say, yes, I agree. Jocko is doing exactly the right thing, exactly the right way. He is lifting up others through the means of the fame he has generated for himself by doing heroic things. And I'm good on you, dude. Well done.
Jocko, we love you. Keep it up, man.
Absolutely.
And with the review, okay, we always have, you got the book over there?
Yes, I have the book over here. Jarhead.
So what we're going to review now is a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. We both read this book. This book is like the cornerstone of how I psychologically approach my goals in life, my dreams in life.
It is an awesome book. Well, I read the book. Actually, I had to draw pictures in crayon for him. But I think I got the point across. I think we made it work.
You got that book from me, didn't you?
No,
Yes!
I bought this book.
He did, but the one I gave you, you ruined. But you wouldn't even know about that book if it wasn't for the Jarhead. It's an awesome book. It really breaks down the how-tos of the how-tos, right? Because
That's exactly what it is.
There's too many books out there that try to tell you how you should plan your day-to-day, how you should set goals. They even tell you how you should write them in the correct words. That's not what this is. He breaks it down into the simple little things you can do every day.
Yep.
Don't overwhelm you, you know?
Right.
So, and I like it because that's what I do. I keep track of, I call them my daily disciplines. That's what he called them in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just keep track of the small things. Reading my Bible every day, saying my prayers every day. You do all those things, little incremental things every day, and those amount into big things. They turn into big things.
That's exactly what it is. You don't become a better person by doing one massive thing one time. You become a better person by doing small, almost inconsequential things over and over and over again. And it's the aggregation of those things that makes you a better person.
Yeah. And if you want to be
And
a
he
great
explains
person,
how to do that.
and if you want to be a great person, what you need to do is mop the floor with Joe after he tries to get a text out of you. You just win that battle over and over again. It's epic. Right?
You just hang on to that tiny, sad, pathetic little thing from now on, because that is
Such a sore loser.
Dude, I'm saying if that is your definition of a victory, dear God, no wonder the largest seaborne invasion in history was carried out by the Army, not the Marines. Because you'd have gotten to the beach and be like, we win! And not gone on to conquer Europe.
But I did win. All right. That's it for today. Because Joe lost, so we better end before he has any other sore loser moments.
Wow.
Next formation, Thursday. Formations are every Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Correct.
All right. Platoon dismissed. Semper Fi. Loser.
Hoa.